conversation. Just a little conversation with you. There's something that I want to say, but words sometimes get in the way. I just want to show my feelings for you. There's nothing that I'd rather do than spend every moment with you. I guess you should know I love you so. Ooh. You are my lady. You're everything I need and more. You are my lady. You're that I'm living for. You are my lady. Conversations. How you doing? I hope you're doing wonderful. I had such a good time last week that I'm back to do it again this week. And I hope that you've told a lot of people. Actually, you have told a lot of people about it. I'm starting to like myself all over again. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So I hope that we can talk about some things that might interest you a lot. Let's talk about some stuff like this going on in the world today. The world really is in a chaotic place. I don't want to get too deep in that because I really want to escape some of the madness. Because escaping is really what we want and what we need to do right now. Unfortunately, I just lost an incredible friend of mine just the other day, Miss Altavice Austin, who was the right hand for Nick Ashford and Valerie Simpson, a dear, dear, dear lady that it's a hard morning this morning for me, and it was cloudy and stuff. But I just thought the joy that that lady brought to me and in my life, and as well as to many others, especially Nick Ashford and Valerie Simpson. She was the magic. She was a part of the magic for them, and we will forever, forever miss her. Yes, she is my lady as well. You know, these are troubling times, and what we don't realize is that stress is an incredible thing. We are all going through a lot of stress. We may not even know it. You know, when you go to sleep, we have things that's going on in our lives aside of the COVID, our personal lives, you know, our children and everything. And on top of this, we forget to really take a moment for ourselves. And one of the reasons why I chose to want to have this conversation piece was I'm not about selling a record. I don't want to sound cocky. I'm grateful that happens, and that has happened, and it will continue to happen as long as I'm living, and probably after that by the grace of God. But it's important for me to connect with people so that they can kind of get the Freddie Jackson side of Freddie Jackson, not just the, ladies and gentlemen, Freddie Jackson, although I do wake up like that in the morning. Not every morning, but some mornings I have an audience with me. But I just like keeping it well. Like I said last week, I'm a born and bred Harlem boy. And so I like to meet people, walk down the street, go to the store, get my own groceries, argue with the cashier, you know, as I seldom, you know, do every now and then about prices. I'm making the money, but I watch the money at the same time. But I just like the natural flow. That's where I come from. I come from a natural flow of things. And last week, I have to let you know that so many people chimed in and wanted to know where I came from, how I started in the industry, and where am I going, and as well as where I'm at. You know, we all know where we came from, but right now we're trying to find out what's the next move for us, because everything is going to change for each and every single one of us. So I've enjoyed 35 incredible years in this, 35 years old, and I'm only 45. In my mind, in your mind. But you know, you're as young as you feel, and I feel good. I've got God in my life. I've got good friends in my life, good people in my life, a wonderful family. That even sometimes when I don't pray for me, they're praying for me. And that's the power of love. And as Luther Evangelist Joss would say, that's the power of love. So I got a lot of questions. But how old are you, Freddie? And how old are you, Freddie? And I'm like, why do you want to know? Your business. But I don't mind talking about it. It's okay. Although I did have a moment last week rushing to the store, and I picked up the wrong card. I thought I picked up my bank card, and by accident, it wasn't the card. And I found out when I put it in the machine, and it kept spitting back out. And you know, I had my little star attitude. I'm like, what is the problem with this card? All to find out that I ran into the bank and I'm like, what does it do? I'm having a problem with this. I'm going to change my bank. And they're like, let's look at the card. And so when they looked at the card, they said, Mr. Jackson, this is an AARP card. I said, so, you know, they kind of looked alike, and it kind of brought me back to my age and how old I was, you know, I'm talking about. So I'm like, yep, I am over 50. So I was polite about it. And I said very nicely to the lady, oh. And then I gave another one. I said, oh. She's like, so you might want to try another card. I said, I'll be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. I know they had a good old hoot when I left out of that bank like, Mr. Jackson, wrong card. But I did go and get the right one, and I got a couple of dollars out of it. You know, my little star attitude did not work at Bank of America last week, but it's all good. We got to keep it real, got to keep it going. I love laughter. I think laughter is the key to the soul. We can't get too serious about too much. We got to pray it out and let it go. So I just want to just connect with you, find out what's going on with you. Actually, last week I said I was going to do a segment every week and call it the I'll be damned segment. I'll be damned. Whoa, that bank card was a I'll be damned. That was an I'll be damned moment. And embarrassing, but I'll be damned. You know, like, you ain't get no money out of this bank, Mr. Jackson. You for old time's sake, you can get on up the block. But I just enjoy laughter, cooking, and cooking with my friends, tearing it up in the kitchen. Had a good conversation with my good friend. Once again, we talk every day, Stephanie Mills. She's in the studio tonight, and I'm happy for her. But we were just talking about making it through this. People making it through the race war, making it through what's going on in the White House. On my way here, speaking with my assistant, we were just talking about so many different things that's going on that we as a people are being penalized for. And at a time like this, God knows we don't need any other distractions. Messing with the mail, all kind of stuff. I got mail that I need to get and I need to send, and I don't need nobody messing with my stuff. You know, I need my business to be handled. And we're just in a really sad state of mind right now. When you wake up in the morning, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, Lord, let me cut on this television and see what is going on. But you got to live and you're happy. You got to sleep and you're happy. You got to know you're happy because that will conquer. That will conquer all. And it will. We will too. All this, my mother would say, this too shall pass, and this too shall pass in life. I got a call from a wonderful young lady. I have a lot of female friends that have fallen in love, with Mr. Freddie Jackson. Don't hate, appreciate. I'm good. And one of my favorites, a young lady that's been in my life since the day I was singing background for Melba Moore, and I met her in Chi-Town, and her name is LaDonna, my LaDonna, my LaDonna. Every concert that I play, LaDonna is always there. Isn't that amazing? With a big old sign, baby, 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 she said, that's my husband. So for those of you who wonder if I'm married, LaDonna, you let them know that we're married. But it's just nice to know that you have touched people's lives. 35 years. You know, I've met many, I've kissed a lot of babies. Maury Povich, none of the kids are mine, but none of them. Let's make it perfectly clear. As Michael Jackson would say, the kid is not my son. But I love my LaDonna, so I told her I would give her a shout out and let her know. And I love you, LaDonna, and thank you for being in my life for 35 incredible years. Can you imagine? 35 years. I started out just singing background for people like Melba Moore, Glenn Jones, my buddy Glenn Jones, Angela Bofell, you know, on the Into Me album. Miss Tawatha A.G., incredible background singer, called me to do one of my very first big recording sessions with Mr. Fonzie Thornton. I will never, ever forget them because they opened up the door and paved the way for me. And taught me technique. Technique is very important. I want to talk also during these weeks about certain things like vocal stuff, technique. You know, not every song is for everybody, and everybody thinks that they are a singer, and everybody says, I am a singer. But it's more than just being a singer. You have to be a craftsman at the same time. You have to find your own uniqueness. For instance, when I started, I was compared to my good friend, against all controversy, my good friend, jokester buddy, Mr. Luther Vandross. We used to play tricks on each other. Luther lived in Tiffany's, and so I didn't live in there as much as he did, but I used to go. And so we used to like play pranks on each other and say to security, Freddie Jackson's in the building, you better watch out. And I'd be like, but watch out for Luther. You know, he's a Park Avenue boy. You know, and you know they crafty. We used to just play good jokes with each other. Luther also, when I was first nominated for a Grammy, I was in California. I took my mother with me, and I knocked on my door. I opened the door, and Mr. Vandross was standing there, and I was like, oh, my God, it's Luther Vandross. So I said to Luther, I said, come on in. You got to come in. He's like, no. I don't want to come in. I just wanted to wish you well and give you this card and to tell you to break a leg. And I said, you sure you don't want to come in? No, I don't want to come in. I just want to tell you to break a leg. And he looked, he says, actually, I want you to break both legs. And I said, ooh. He said, stay off of my stuff, Freddie Jackson. But we were incredible good friends. When Valerie Simpson and Nick Ashford used to throw parties, we used to stage pranks, you know, argue with each other and say, shh, they're quiet. They're listening to us yell and scream at each other. He said, meet me in the back of the house. Did you see her face there? And so we used to joke about it. Every time Luther sold a record, I was selling a record. So we kind of liked the controversy, but it was good camaraderie. Luther Vandross was a consummate in what he did, and I will forever miss him. So it's important to stay grounded, and Luther was a very grounded man, such as I. I'm a very grounded man. That's why even during these times, it's not that hard for me because I know what it is to be subtle. I'm a Libra. I'm a real Libra, October 2nd, Did I say October 2nd? Did I say I like gifts? Did I say I love gifts? October 2nd? This year? I'll be 6. Okay, October 2nd. That's I'm not gonna let it all go. It'll be a slow process. We're gonna be together for a while. But I want you to chime in, talk to me, let me know how you're feeling. You know, I'm working out. I got my crew, my staff here, my musical director, my singers, my keyboard player, Rachel, doing video. I got one of my artists back there. I mean, Jay Cokes. I have artists that I'm working on since I'm out in New Jersey, and we're just here having a really good, productive time. So when you see that I'm off, and yeah, that's a picture of my new act there, Jay. He's a wonderful young man here in South Jersey, full of talent. And I'm searching for that wonderful, wonderful female voice. I think it's time for Freddie to present to the world the next sound of Aretha Franklin or Whitney Houston. The world is missing a vocalist, not a gimmick vocalist, but a true, I'm gonna stand and sing gimmick, not something that a record company has to create illusions around, but can bring it. Back in the day, it wasn't about how you looked, it was about what your talent was. That was the greatness that used to be in the day. Now it's about, the first thing people say is, well, how does he look or how does she look? I told my manager the other day, we was talking about it, I was like, I want the voice. She can look like whatever she looks like. But I'm interested in making a star, and the star, it starts here. This is where the magic starts. And when you have that, no matter what you look like, as long as that magic holds, and you know who you are and what you have to deliver, we all grab a hold of what someone else does. I loved what Luther did. And I listened to it and I admired it. And Donny Hathaway, my God, my idol, and Sam Cooke. But when you come to the table, you got to come to the table with you. More you than anybody else. Like them, but bring you. And that will help you to have the longevity in the industry. Like I said, 35 years. And I've been blessed to have songwriters like Mr. Paul Lawrence and Mr. Barry J. Eastman, you know, G. McFadden and Richard Marx, Narada Michael Walden. I've been blessed, you know, Richard Marx, some of the greatest producers. But what they did was they wrote songs that were made, they were designed for me. So as a singer, you have to learn how to design as you sing and make it yours. We all have stolen a lick or two from somebody, but then you take that lick and you make it into something that is all yours. You own it. So that's what I continue to do. I'm writing more than ever now. But good things are going on, and I know I've been rattling on. I can do that. I don't get out that often. But, you know, I'm out now, but I want to check you out to see what's going on.
So we're going to go to the chat real quick, Mr. Jackson.
Let's chat.
We got people chiming in nonstop. Tons of people been commenting, just saying how much they love you. A couple questions I want to take real quick. Maybe you can, someone said, do you miss Harlem? And hold on, let me get the name. This is Sabrina Armstrong.
So when you called me this afternoon at home, you just want to be on TV. You know, why you got to act like this? Didn't you get my text? I texted you back this afternoon. Now you want to take up somebody else's time. Yes, Sabrina, I miss Harlem. I have multiple personalities, you know. People will tell you that about me. I go in and out and in and out. But I love you, Sabrina. Of course I miss my Harlem, but Harlem will forever and forever live inside of Freddie Jackson. You could take the boy out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the boy. You know what I mean? What's up?
Okay, so we have Kate Chastain says, I want to know what your favorite song is of yours and why.
Well, my favorite song would be, as I said last week, still is. I didn't change from last week. Wait, he lied. I just wanted to, I'm a different person. I just wanted to see if he was going to lie. Freddie Jackson lied. He said, "Have you ever loved with somebody?" Was his favorite song. Now this week he said it was "Tasty Love," but I love "Tasty Love" too. So did Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin loved "Tasty Love."
We got a couple people in the chat.
That's another
asking you to sing
conversation.
that.
I got so much to talk about. But yes, have you ever loved somebody? Can you learn to love somebody the way somebody loves you? Have you ever known this feeling? Ooh, special feeling when somebody loves you. That's an incredible thing to say to somebody, because you can be in a relationship and that person may not be in love with you as much as you're in love with them. Oopsie daisy.
All right. I got a comment from Chawanda Sheree. She says, "I've held you in prayer since the 80s. Love your music."
Thank you.
Another comment from Cassandra Richards. "I've been a fan for so many years. I have 4 chicken," I think she means children. "I have 4 children, and 2 of them were conceived to your music.
And the kid is not my son." Yeah. Wow. Congratulations. You're in trouble because I got a new album coming out, so you may get 4 more. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl. But yeah, you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. But thank you so much. You know, music is an incredible thing. I'm telling you. That Tasty Love, I have to tell you the story. Aretha Franklin, I got a call. I'm laying in my bed, and I got this call, and I sat up, and this lady on the other end of the line says, "Hello, may I please speak to Freddie Jackson?" I said, "Speaking." She said, "Well, this is the Queen." I said, "The Queen who?" And she's like, "Aretha, the Queen of Soul." I said, "Uh-oh." So, and I knew the voice. So she was inviting me to come to bring my band to Detroit for one of her incredible birthday parties that she used to give every year. My goodness, were incredible. And so she says, "I would need you to come to Detroit, and I need you to sing my favorite song, Tasty Love." And I sat up, I'm like, "Aretha, what do you know about Tasty Love?" She says, "Well, the Queen is tasty too. The Queen is very tasty, so I need you to come and sing Tasty Love." So not only did I sing Tasty Love once, but I sang it twice for the Queen of Soul. So Tasty Love is just one of those songs that if you don't hear that, and if you're trying to get your Mac on and you put that on and you can't get it on out there, you need to just go somewhere and sit down, because that song just kind of seals it. So Tasty Love is a favorite of mine as well.
Okay, we have Marilyn Wembley Abolaji. She says, "What is your favorite thing to do to relax?"
I'm a TV holic. I'm like, I live with a remote. I'll be like, "What channel we turning next? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do now?" I mean, you know, my biggest bill in my house really is my cable bill, and then it would be I love to cook. I love cooking. I've been working on a cookbook for so many years. I've run out of ideas, but one day it soon come, as they say in Jamaica. It will soon come. But I love cooking, and my friends love my cooking too. Sabrina, yeah, they usually leave with a lot of doggy bags, but I have a friend that came to my house one time, and for Thanksgiving, I had ran out of aluminum foil. She says, "Oh, don't worry, I bought my own." They come prepared. So I love cooking anything. I love to cook. I eat. You may not think that I'm eating, but I do. I eat very well. As a matter of fact, I better get back out on the road, because me and donuts and cakes are having a ball. I'm going to be Freddie Jackson boy in a couple of minutes if I don't get back on the road.
So your wife, LaDonna Williams, chimed in the chat.
Oh, my baby chimed in?
She said, "Yes, 35 years. I love you, my husband."
You know, don't be telling all our business, LaDonna. Call me later. That's all I'll ever ask of you. See, I got to be sweet to her. That's my sweetness. I love you. Stay safe there in Chicago. And hopefully I'll see you real. Whole bunch of kisses soon.
Sean Metters in the chat has been shouting you out a lot and wants to know, are you working on a new album, and what are your favorite foods?
I like turkey and chicken. I'm a turkey chicken kind of guy. Stephanie and I was talking today, and she says her son likes chicken. I'm like, we can hang out. You know, I'm just clucking all around. Every time we turn around, I got chicken this and chicken that, you know. But the other song was my favorite song.
What's your favorite food? Well, that was it. Oh, no, chicken. Are you working on
Oh,
an
yeah,
album?
yeah. I talk so much, I forget. I talk to myself because I have nobody to talk to. See, this is why I need to get out, because I need an audience. I'm built for stage and for an audience, not to be a man cannot be alone. I need to get out. But what's the question again?
Are you working on a new album?
There we go. You see, I'm talking so much, I'm having a conversation with myself, I can't shut up. Yes, I am. I'm working on a brand new album along with the gentleman that you're listening to that's asking me the question, Mr. James Evans, producer and songwriter. And this is the first album that I am also producing and writing with. Out of all of these years, I am producing and writing and enjoying every minute of it. As a matter of fact, when we get finished this, the studio is right upstairs. A couple of them don't know it, but we going upstairs and make some records. You think you're going home?
Let's do it.
I don't think that hell to the nod, Whitney would say. We going upstairs and we going to make some more music.
Rob Michael wants to know, will your new album have an 80s feel or a modern feel?
It's going to have 80s, modern, in key. Let me not be shady. I'll be singing in key. Okay? But it will have the essence of where I am in my life. I'm really in a place of peace. And I'm in a better place of knowing Freddie right now. I really am. Just when you think that you got it, sometimes you don't. And I had to remove myself from some areas and some places, and a place where I can find Freddie again. So the first, I had 2 singles out, and the last one was connected with what's going on in the world today, why. So it's going to be very eclectic, but it's going to be Freddie Jackson. And I'm going to do it in the bath, do it in the tub, do it in the living room. On the rug. I can use a little love right now. I'm going to give you all those essence for all of you fresh people.
Okay. And then I have a question from Carolyn Green. Do you keep in touch with the beautiful black lady that starred in your early videos?
Which beautiful black lady? I've had so many beautiful black ladies. Maria McDonald with those beautiful green eyes. She was in You're My Lady. Love It Says, Rock Me Tonight. And the incredible Miss Beverly Johnson, incredible model, Beverly Johnson. I was like, Beverly Johnson is going to be in the Freddie Jackson video, the Tasty Love video. Michael Michelle, the incredibly beautiful Miss Michael Michelle. I've been blessed to have some beautiful, beautiful counterparts on my arm. I have to let you know, which made the videos magical and rememberable today.
Okay. Also, she wants to let you know that she's a Libra. September 27th.
Go. They love us. They need us. They need us. We keep things balanced. Libras, we keep things balanced because I know when I'm off, and I'm really usually no good when that scale is tipped. I'm like the little teapot. I'm like crazy. So, but we're creative, and we just like balance. I like to be even. I'm better when I'm even, and right now I'm even.
Okay, so comment from Olivia G. Bright. Love you, Freddie.
Thank
You're
you.
one of the greatest singers of all time.
Ah, that's some sweet stuff. That's some sweet stuff. Yeah.
Gail Finley Moore says, I made a line dance to your song Without You, which is from the Love Signals album.
Oh, get out! Yeah, that love. Oh, that's a wonder. For those of you who missed that album, you can still purchase it for $1. No, a little drop. But that Love Singles album, if you have not heard that, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. But it really is a wonderful, wonderful album. And the entire album produced by Mr. Barry Eastman. Barry Eastman's history is with Anita Baker, Billy Ocean. The list goes on and on.
I do believe I got one song on that album, Mr. Jackson, I will mention.
I was going to say something about you. Everybody's just in the meme. I was going to say something about your name. Now I'm not going to say nothing about you. I'm on the album. I'm on the album. I was gonna
just in case you forgot.
I didn't forget that you're on the album, Mr. James Evans. For 50% you're on the album. Yeah. I know who I give 50% to. Let's not get it twisted. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I'm going to have another one of you in a minute. I love you, Jay. I love you. Can we talk about somebody else other than you?
I love you too.
I thought the marquee said Freddie Jackson. I work alone. Freddie Jackson. But yeah, that album, Love Signals, if you haven't heard it, it's kind of like some of that best Freddie Jackson work. I would recommend it, that you get it. Barry Eastman did an excellent, incredible job. We all did. We all did an incredible job, even me. Thank you, James Evans, for participating. And you too. I got a singer back there, Simone.
Hey, somebody in the chat said "Find My Way" is the jam. Just wanna point that.
That's the song that you're connected with. Yeah, look, we got to sing. Everybody's chiming in now. Simone Chang, my singers, like, yeah, I was on that too. I thought this was a solo gig. Yeah, we're not Sister Sledge. We are family? I don't think so.
Oh, I got a good one from Beverly A. Wilson. Hey, Freddie, remember when we used to lunch at Clancy's in NYC back in the 70s with your cousin Rita Wright?
Oh, my God. Look at the beauty. Oh, my goodness. Of people just... Rita Wright is like my sister. I mean, Rita and Regina, and I grew up with them. I went to Hollis, Queens every single summer, and I spent the entire summers at their home with their mother and their brothers, and that was my escape from Harlem. You know, I was able to play freely in the parks and all. It was just magical. So, oh God, we used to have such a good time. As a matter of fact, I spoke with Rita last week, and Rita and I we were the only two people who worked a 9-to-5 job, and she worked in one. I call her my sister. And that's how close we are. And she worked in a building, and I worked in a building right next door to hers. But we would call each other and say, let's go to lunch. But we would go to lunch and go to the movies. The nerve, not just lunch, and watch the whole movie. And then go back to work. And then after we got off work, we'd say, okay, let's go to the club. I mean, that's when I knew I had to quit my job, because I knew 9 to 5 wasn't for me, because I just didn't care. So, yes, I do remember Rita, and this is a real one. But I just had a special little friend. Come give me a hug. Give me a hug. This is my special little baby. Look at my dear. Ooh. You look so pretty. Oh, my God. This is my little sweetheart, my manager's daughter, dear. She's always, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Jackson. I've been to graduation. She's just a sweetheart. She lights up my life. And she looks pretty. Her mom is back there. We all are here. We all are here Family is where the heart is. Family is important. My family that's away from me in New York City. True love never dies, and I love my family from the bottom of my heart. And I want them to know that I also am loved in this place, in this space in my life too, which is a good thing. Me and the band. I got my keyboard player, Steve Hansberger. He's back there. I hope you know this is not a non-playing gig today. Did you hear about that?
People keep asking for more songs in the chat, so
Really? Oh, people are greedy now. They
want to hear them.
What do they want to hear today?
Someone said "Tasty Love." Have you ever loved somebody? They
want the hardest things songs in my catalog.
People they want to hear them. They love you.
That's good.
But I do have a comment from Bridget Love. Says, great show you had in Chicago with Patty, El DeBarge, and Stephanie Mills.
Wasn't that a good show?
I remember that one.
We had a ball. Stephanie Mills and I, we're no good in a venue together because they have to pry us out of each other's dressing rooms half of the time from playing around. Of course, Miss Patty is just always on her game, and that Shaka Khan. I mean, I've been blessed to be in the company of divas, great, authentic artists, iconic artists. And the good thing there about it is that they love me. They love me too. I get the same thing back from them when when Patti LaBelle, I'm doing shows with Patti, and Patty's back there grooving to my stuff, which is an honor, and I'm like, go on, Patti, go on with it, and she grooving with me, and and Miss Shaka Khan, and it's just I've been blessed to be around incredible women. Miss Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight told me once, you're going to learn what being tired is, Freddie Jackson. Because she said, how do you like this? And I said, I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm tired. I've had enough. She's like, talk to me in about 10 years. You know what tired is. So I would see her again. She says, have you learned yet? I said, I'm tired. I'm tired. This industry teaches you as you go on. But as it's teaching you, you learn, if you're smart, you learn the do's and the don'ts. You know how much to take, what to take and what not to take. And so people like that, I'm really blessed. And also I learn. See, I'm not one of those guys that think he knows it all. See, I learn from people like Miss Melba Moore, from watching Miss Gladys Knight, her technique. I can't play with Patti because Patti be all over the everywhere with them notes and stuff like that. But what I did learn from her is showmanship. And so you got to learn from each other, and that's a good thing.
Okay, we're going to do one more question before we wrap it up for tonight.
How much time have we been? How much?
We've been doing about 40 minutes.
I feel like talking, but we need another hour.
Well,
and I am telling you, and you go to listen. Yes, you are. I just love connecting with Jennifer Holliday, a wonderful voice. I like connecting with people, so this is good. I'm enjoying this. I know I'm a little silly, but please bear with me. I'm just letting my inhibitions go. This is how I am. When people come to my home, we laugh, we talk, we have conversation. And today, in a world where social media is so prevalent, I think it's good when every now and then you can actually sit and have a conversation.
Okay, so before we get out, I want to make sure I want to thank everybody who's tuned in and who's been watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, on Facebook, please share this video. We appreciate it. Mr. Jackson is enjoying this every week, and we'll be back next week. Make sure you guys let people know that this is happening every week live, and if you do ask questions, we will get to them, and he can answer them live on air and shout you out and all that good stuff. So before we get out, we got one more question I want to get to. It's Ann Debbie is asking, who do you listen to when you want to unwind, and are there current musical artists of today that you like?
I do a lot of Freddie Jackson. And a lot of Freddie Jackson. Okay, I listen to Freddie Jackson, and but I'm just joking. But I have to listen to myself, and I've done some wonderful things that I like listening back to. Uh, but aside of him, I still listen to a lot of the old stuff. I'm digging. I dig Anthony Hamilton's voice a lot. I dig his voice a lot. I love singers like Shantae Moore and Shanice, Deborah Cox. To me, those are magical voices. I love it when Miss Anita Baker just takes me to a whole another, gives me the best that she has. I love it when she takes me there. So it's kind of hard today because it's so quick. It just kind of comes and goes so quickly that when I think that I'm in it, it's gone. So then I have to go back to what I know. And that's my rhythm and my blues and my soul.
All right, cool. You want to wrap it up and then
Come here. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up.
we're gonna wrap it up and then
Come here, sit over here with me. Yeah, we gonna wrap it up and we gonna say bye. Look at that camera right there. Say bye. Say it. See y'all later for more conversation.